I decided to do a commemorative speech. Thank you for my parents because they have done so much for me, like building this entire bedroom and paying for it. And I've been looking around and seeing all the stuff that they do and realized I don't thank them enough. So this is me telling their story, how they met, how they got married, where we've been, and their jobs and all the other like little things they do, but I never ever thank them. So their story of how they met. My parents were down in the Gulf Coast in South Mississippi area. My mom was in college and my dad was in the military. So they met at a Gulf Coast mall, and somewhere around lunchtime or something, my dad walks up to my mom and says, "Is that a corn dog you're eating?" Mom turns and says, "No, it's a cheeseburger." That's the winning line that got my dad a date with my mom. So a couple months later, they were at this party for my mom's cousin, and the cousin turns and says, "Hey, you guys look cute together. You should get married." Dad turns to Mom and says, "You wanna?" Mom says to Dad, "Sure." That's how they got engaged. So casual, so cool, no planning. So the rest, obviously, is history. So after they got married, they lived in Germany, and my brother was born. Then to Alaska in 90. He was born in 94. I was born in 95 in Alaska. That's where I was born. We were there for a couple years. Then to Maryland, and we were there during the whole 9/11 thing. And Mom was hoping Dad didn't have to go, and luckily he didn't. Thanks for that. But after that, we lived in Iceland for 2 years. The wind there literally could blow you away. This was our house. That's the balcony view. And during the winter, the snow would come right up to it. That's my brother. So after Iceland, we moved back to Alaska, lived there for a while. Thought that was the last place, but no. Then we moved to New Mexico, lived there for a while, and Dad had been deployed to Afghanistan somewhere in that area, and he was supposed to come home a couple days before my brother's graduation. He came home 2 hours, 2 3 hours after it. So that was the last straw. He said, "I'm retiring, no more, I'm done." So now he's retired, but he luckily does the same job in that he did in the military at this company called SkyWest. It's near the Salt Lake Airport. Pretty cool. And Mom had she'd been daycare running stuff, babysitting type thing. She'd been a substitute teacher. She had done a whole bunch of stuff, Tupperware, all this other like sales stuff, and then finally she decides I'm gonna do medical coding and billing. So she went to school and got certified for that, and now she is doing that from home, which is awesome. So a bunch of stuff. I've told you how they met. I've told you where we've been, all of this fun stuff, but everything I've like looked around here. Me and my dad built this, installed the floor, did the walls. Me and Mom painted most of this, and then me and Mom put all of the stuff on the walls and everything. But like I look around and all the little things, like half of the stuff in here is not mine. My parents paid for it, not me. But I'm lucky to have it. So to wrap things up, I've told their story, where we've lived, what they do, what they've done for me, how grateful I am, and I shouldn't take them or any of the things I have for granted. I shouldn't have just done this for a speech. I should tell them this, right? You should too. Go tell your parents you love them, or just randomly go and do something for them. Surprise them. Clean the whole house. Make them dinner. I don't know. Babysit. Go wash the cat. I don't know. Do something for your parents without being asked, because they always want that. But go and do something for them. Think of all the things they do for you. You could at least do it for them. Go out and try.